Hello and welcome back to another video on the Wrestle Debate and to Survivor Series 2021 out of 10. One of the big four, doesn't really feel like it, but you know, Raw v SmackDown, everyone can't wait. And yeah, we got Damian Priest v Shinsuke Nakamura in the kickoff show, and it ended with Shinsuke Nakamura beating Damian Priest via DQ. I mean, yeah, just seemed utterly pointless. But let's get into the good stuff, the main show. Vince McMahon arrived in attendance backstage as Survivor Series kicked off. Didn't really see it coming, but we got Becky Lynch versus Charlotte. Charlotte was dominating at the start with a spear and went up top for a moonsault, but Becky dropped her from the top rope to the outside and into the barricade. Flair's knee appeared to be injured, but she still managed to send Becky into the barricades before Flair unloaded on Becky in the ring, counting a disarmer into a huge move, before Lynch got a roll-up of her own, before Charlotte was hit with a leg drop. Becky tried for a modified armbar, but Lynch unloaded on Flair in the ring and went for a manhandle slam before Flair wiped Lynch out onto the apron and a botching moonsault to the outside. Back in the ring, Charlotte tried to use the ropes and roll Becky up before the man reversed her roll up and used the ropes to pick up the win. Yeah, I'm going to do this an 8 out of 10. This is a really solid match to kick off the show. Kind of went exactly how I did. Considering all of the issues between these two, it kind of felt like a decent enough match. So yeah, this was good. It was then time for Raw v SmackDown and the men's match. Team Raw came out first and Rollins and KO argued. Owens looked like he would kick off the match against Woods, but he walked out of the ring and was counted out on Survivor Series, and Seth Rollins was furious. Can I just remind you of what happened last year, pal? Woods and Theory then faced off in the ring, and SmackDown picked up the first pinfall before McIntyre tagged in and was punishing Theory before tagging Sheamus, who continued the onslaught. Rollins was isolated and tagged Balor. After a big sequence from both teams, Balor took a chokeslam but still managed to get the coup de grace on Corbin to even the scores. Lashley tagged in and was destroying Hardy before he dropped Woods from the top rope before hitting a spear. The Hurt Lock was applied and Woods was eliminated. Lashley and McIntyre then faced off in the ring before heading outside and over the barricades. The referee counted them both out while they were having a brawl. Drew was then livid and hit a Grago kiss on Rollins to wipe him out before leaving. Sheamus then dodged a coup de grace before hitting the bro kick on Balor and eliminating him. The teams were once again equal, and Sheamus hit a white noise on Rollins. Austin Theory then pinned Sheamus, and the Celtic Warrior got angry and took both Theory and Hardy out. Rollins got a near fall for a log smash, but Hardy hit the Swanton Bomb and pinned Theory. Both Rollins and Hardy got near falls before Jeff reversed the stomp and hit a twisted face. He then tried the Swanton Bomb, but Seth picked up the win with a stomp and a reversal. I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10. For one of those matches, it was perfectly fine. Nothing special, as these matches never really are, but on the whole, it was perfectly decent. Roman Reigns then walked up to Vince McMahon's office before Vince showed Roman a very expensive gift from The Rock, worth £100,000. Roman walked off after saying that the number he wanted to see on his new contract. Yeah, well, let's see. I mean, I would certainly pay if I was Vince. The match then kicked off a Battle Royal, and AJ Styles was just outside watching the action. Gulak and Benjamin were first out before R-Truth bribed Otis and Pizza, but still got tossed out. Omos then took out Otis before Angel Garza and Jinder Mahal were eliminated following big moves. Omos then took out Shanky before Dolph and Rude sent Mansoor over the ropes. Zayn then tried to rally Cesaro and Ricochet against the Raw Stars as they wiped him over the top rope. Before Ford was barely managed to stay in the match before Omos eliminated Aziz. Commander Aziz tried to eliminate AJ from the outside, but Omos caught him. But Styles still fell down. Omos then went after Apollo before the rest of the guys teamed up against the Giants. Cesaro was eliminated, followed by Dawkins and Montez. Ricochet and Omos were left in the ring. Ricochet tried his best, but Omos got the win, tossing him over the outside. The Street Profits and attacked AJ and tossed Pizza into the crowd as we headed into a break ahead of the next match. Yeah, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Kind of went the way I predicted. Omos dominance and got some storyline between Street Profits and AJ as well. Before we got RK Bro versus the Usos, Riddle and Jimmy kicked off the match and RK Bro were in control. Riddle wiped out Jimmy on the outside with a springboard dive before the Usos cornered him. The Usos then took control and kept Riddle from making the tag, but the original Bro came back with a massive kick. Randy then went in and tried for an RKO on Jay, but he dodged it. The Usos kicked it off to the outside, and Riddle had made a sneaky tag. Jimmy went for the splash, but Riddle caught it and hit an RKO to pick up the win. Yeah, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Decent enough match. Shame, I would have gone for the Usos to win, so yeah, shame that result didn't happen, but on the whole, it's still a decent enough match, and there's still enough tension between Riddle and Randy to build a storyline there. Before Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville were in Mr. McMahon's office when he had noticed his £100 million egg had been stolen, Vince told Pearce to hold an investigation on Raw with both brands' rosters present at the show. Ooh, new storyline. You love to see it. Before we got the women's 5-on-5 match, Toni Storm and Carmella started the match, and Mella called for a mask before Zelina stopped it in the ring. Mella was still trying to get the mask when Storm eliminated her. Banks and Belair then restarted the match at Survivor Series, but Shotzi was stepped in and took over. Shotzi was isolated in the ring before she managed to tag in Natty. Ripley came in and she was taken into the SmackDown corner where Baszler and Natalya had a double team move. Baszler then was dominating and Shotzi took Sasha out of the apron and out to the outside. Baszler got an armbar, but Ripley broke free. We then got a big sequence of moves from both teams before Baszler got the sleeper hold in, but Rhea turned it into a slam. Banks then took a follow-away slam before wrestling it into KOD. Zelina Vega came back with a backstabber before Ripley took the backstabber and attacked Belair at ringside. Shayna and Shotzi then eliminated Ripley, and Belair remained the only person left on Team Raw. Both Banks and Shotzi tried to tag in at the same time before a brawl broke out amongst the blue teams and Banks' teammates eliminated her. Baszler and Shotzi and Natty cornered Belair in the ring, and Natty locked in the sharpshooter, but Belair rolled her out for the pin. Shotzi and Belair then remained in the match, and Bianca managed to hit the rookie with a KOD and picked up the win. Yeah, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Kind of all over the place this match, but what you expect with a 5-on-5 elimination. But yeah, on the whole, it was fun. Maybe not as good as the men's, but yeah, on the whole, it was still decent. So there was a 7 out of 10. Backstage, Heyman was told by Cody Braxton there are rumours suggesting Brock Lesnar's suspension has been lifted. Paul said that it was something we should ask Adam Pearce and not him. Before we got Roman Reigns versus Big E, hint hint wink wink. Roman left the ring to consult Heyman, who hyped him up, and Reigns was returned to the ring to beat the count. Big E was taken down in the ring as the match went on, and Roman unloaded on him with heavy hands. Big E then gained control with some big moves, and before he missed the splash, Roman then threatened the crowd who were booing him by tossing Big E around at ringside. The New Day member tossed Roman into the ring steps and hit a series of suplexes in the ring. Roman got a Samoan drop for a near fall before Big E got retaliated with a Uranagi. Reigns broke out and hit a stretch muffler and hit his modified powerbomb on E. Roman then got some Superman punches, but Big E managed to stay out. Roman then hit a spear as the crowd started to cheer before Big E got a big ending off a counter, but Roman still kicked out. Big E took things outside before the match turned on its head and Roman forced him onto the steel steps and hurt his knee. Inside the ring, E attempted another big ending, but Roman broke free and hit the WWE champ knee and left him vulnerable. The Tribal Chief finished up the match with a spear and picked up the win. Yeah, I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. This was a really, really fun match. The right result, but yeah, it put Big E over at the same time. So yeah, on the whole, this was good. Overall, Survivor Series gets a 7 out of 10 from me. Yeah, I was debating between a 7 and an 8. But yeah, on the whole, it was consistently a decent show. So there's some good stuff on it, like the 2 title women's, men's big title matches, and the 5-on-5 matches were fun. But yeah, on the whole, overall, it was a decent show. But anyway, guys, that's it for the video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts, comments down below. Follow on to the link description below for daily wrestling news, and subscribe to my channel on the screen right now. You're greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.